Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant. So, in today's video, pag-usapan natin paano ba yung pag-bookkeeping ng isang affiliate. And this time, yung example natin is Lazada affiliate. So, madaming mga affiliate dyan. You can be an affiliate of Lazada, Shopee, at kung ano-ano pa. So, basically, yung mga affiliates, they would earn itong tinatawag natin na commission every time na clinic ninyo ang kanilang mga affiliate links. So mostly dito sa mga affiliate natin ay they are content creators, yan mga nagpo-post sa Facebook, yan sa mga social media, and yung iba din are called social, anong tinatawag dito is mga influencers naman, di ba? So madami diyan sa nagpo-post yung mga influencer, pino-post nila yung for example, unboxing, ganun, ina-unbox nila yung item, and then ini-indicate nila doon na they are an affiliate, so you could click yung link nila ng kanilang affiliate link and you will go to doon sa mismo na product. For example, doon sa Lazada, you will go doon sa product page mismo kung saan pwede nyo bilhin yung product. So yung nakaganda dito sa affiliate is wala tong additional cost doon sa buyer but additional income doon sa mga Lazada, mga affiliate because they would earn commission from doon sa mga Lazada or mga Shopee affiliate links. So today, ito yung pag-usapan natin. So if you are an affiliate ng Lazada or planning to be an affiliate, so ito yung discussion natin is paano ba yung bookkeeping process nun? So ito, let's start. So unang step is you will receive itong payment advice from Lazada. So i-email to, you will receive an email na ipoprocess nila yung inyong commission for this month or anong month yon. So may minimum kasi na dapat na amount na kailangan before they can proceed with, I think 2,000, before they can proceed with the processing of your payment. So ito yung example natin ng payment advice. So makita ninyo dyan yung date, January 15, 2025. The payment advice ID, yan, 888888, diba? Sorte. So the affiliate info, yung affiliate info nyo. And then yung payment details then, for example, ito bank. So dito nyo matatanggap yung inyong commission. So dito nila ipapadala yung inyong fee, commission fee. So ito, for example natin, ito yung commission natin for, ayan, example is July na month, ayan, July 1 pa to July 31, 2024. So yung total commission niya is 2,717.03, I mean. Ayan. And may withholding tax. Ayan. So standard yan, 10% yung withholding tax na kinakaltas. Or you can consider this as advanced tax payment yun na din because they will provide you with 2307. Again, if ever may mga nag-withhold ng payment sa inyo, kailangan nila mag-provide ng 2307 so that makiklaim nyo yun as advance or tax credits ninyo. So in this example, yung withholding tax natin is 271.70. So ililess yan doon sa inyong gross commission. So yung final amount na matatanggap ninyo is 2,445.33. So ito yung matatanggap nyo sa inyong bank na dinesignate nyo. For example, BDO, yung bank nyo, or pwede din doon sa inyong wallet mismo yung matatanggap itong amount na ito. So yung next step natin, upon receiving itong inyong payment advice, you will issue an invoice. So may guidelines din si Lazada kung paano kayo mag-issue ng invoice. So ito yung example natin ng invoice. Ayan, nilagay lang natin sa Excel. So ayan, may guide si Lazada kung ano yung ilalagay nyo sa customer, sa business style. Ayan, same lang yung 10, yung business address, and then yung date. So yung advice nila, yung date na ilalagay nyo is yung payment advice date na naka-indicate dito. Ayan, so January 15. So same date lang yung ilalagay dito so that mas mabilis daw nilang maipaprocess ang inyong commission. So yung item description natin is you can put it there, the commission payout, or you can indicate the months. So depende sa inyo. So pwede lang, generic lang, commission payout or commission revenue yung ilalagay nyo dyan. And then the amount, this is the gross amount, the gross commission na yung ilalagay nyo dyan. This is the gross commission is the 2,717. So, again, so mali yung ating na-invoice dito. So, i-correct na lang natin. So, ito dapat 2,717.03. 17.03. Gross kasi dapat yung naka-indicate dyan. Ayan. So, yung total sales, ayan, 2,717.03. And then the withholding tax, ayan, naka-indicate naman dyan, 271.70. So, that is the 10% ng inyong gross commission. So, that will give you itong total amount due of 2,445.33. Tama? Ayan. So, after that, kailangan yung i-sign yung inyong invoice, and then kailangan yung i-scan yung invoice niyo, and then padala nyo doon sa AdSense niyo na account. So, may button doon, actually. And you have to deliver din yung physical invoice, I think, once every month. Monthly yung deliver nyo ng actual invoice doon sa Lazada. So, may address lang yung naka-indicate. So, next natin is, ayan, may ano na tayo, may sales invoice na tayo. So, from here, ayan, i-record na natin to sa ating books. So, anong books ba yung gagamitin natin to record your sales? So, this is sales on account. So, wala pa tayong actual na cash. So, if ever may books kayo na general journal, doon nyo i-record yung sales on account niyo because yung mga non-cash transactions nga, ay sa general journal natin i-record. If wala naman kayo general journal, I suggest pwede na din sa cash receipts book because theoretically, same lang sila. They are all journal books. Mapa cash receipts book man, cash disbursements book, yan, general journal. So these are all books, di ba? Books of original entries. So for me, yun nga, yung ibang books nga, kinocombine na yung cash receipts and cash disbursement. So if in case lang na wala kayong general journal, and cash receipts book lang yung meron kayo. So, may example din tayo in this video. So, yung example muna natin is if ever may general journal kayo, so dito nyo i-record yung inyong sales on account. So, puntahan natin yung ating general journal na example. Ayan. So, general journal, ayan. So, dalawang columns lang ito, journal book. So, may debit, tsaka may credit. So, again, ano lang, konting overview. So, lahat ng mga transactions nyo, pwede nyo i-record dito sa general journal if yun lang ang books na meron kayo. So, pwede dito nyo i-record yung mga cash receipts nyo, cash disbursements, mga non-cash transaction, mga depreciation, and amortization, ayan, mga additional na capital. So, lahat pwede nyo i-record sa general journal. So, yung disadvantage lang nito, if wala kayong background sa accounting or sa bookkeeping, di ba, medyo it's a bit difficult because kayo mismo maglalagay ng mga account title dito, kagaya ng cash, accounts receivable. So, kailangan nyo gumawa ng chart of accounts and mano-mano yung isusulat sila, yung i-debit nyo, anong account pa yung i-debit nyo, anong account pa yung i-credit niyo. So, yung iba, if wala masyadong background ng accounting or bookkeeping, malilito, di ba? Ano ba yung account na yung gagamitin ko? Anong account title? Ano ba yung i-debit? Ano ba yung i-credit? So, medyo nakakalito, di ba? So, yung basic lang nito is yung debit natin, for every debit na account, may i-credit tayo. So, that is the double entry system. So, yung pag-record nun, ayan, record na natin. So, January 15, so yung sales invoice natin, again, ito yung ginawa natin kanina, sales invoice number 1. So, ito yung i-record natin. So, sa pag-record niyan, kailangan natin i-debit yung accounts receivable because hindi pa natin natatanggap yung cash itself. So, i-remit pa yan ni Lazada. So, yung amount niyan is 2,445.33. That is, ano na yan, yung net na matatanggap natin because may, yun nga, yung na-mention natin kanina, may creditable withholding tax tayo. So, this is an asset. So, debit nyo yan. And this will be part ng tax credits nyo or payments if you will compute na yung income tax return ninyo. So again, yung may 2307 to nakaakibat. So yung amount niyan is 271.70. So yung gross commission natin na revenue is 2,717.03. So ito yung gross natin. So ito yung taxable natin sa pag-compute ng ating sales, yung income tax return ninyo. Ito yung gagamitin nyo, ito yung ilalagay nyo dun sa inyong gross sales, receipts, and fees. Itong commission, yung gross. So, yun yung first transaction natin, yung pag-record natin ng ating invoice is accounts receivable because wala pa tayong natatanggap na cash. So if cash receipts book lang yung if you only have the cash receipts, no problem. So ito yung example natin. So gawan nyo na lang if ever madami naman yung columns niyo sa I suggest nga 10 columns or more yung cash receipt nyo or cash disbursement so that may allowance kayo, may pwede kayong ilagay doon ng mga additional accounts na pwede nyong gamitin sa inyong transaction. So ito, example is the cash receipts book. Ito yung kanyang look. So, may mga columns yan. So, nakalagay na yung mga account titles yan. Ano ba yung ide-debit nyo? So, in our case, ito, magde-debit ng cash. Usual na transaction to ha. Magde-debit ng accounts receivable, magde-debit ng creditable withholding tax, and then i-credit nyo yung commission revenue, and i-credit nyo yung accounts receivable. So, every column to, ito yung ilalagay nyo. So, if ever man na madami pa yung column nyo na blank, hindi nyo kailangan naman. So, okay lang yan na may blank yung inyong mga column. So, hindi naman kailangan lahat yan is sulatan ninyo kung ano lang yung applicable sa inyong business or sa inyong mga transaction. So, again, January 15. So, mali pa yung date natin. Yung invoice natin 001. So, the customer is Lazada and yung description niya, this is your affiliate commission. So, brief description lang yung ilalagay nyo dyan. Lazada, then affiliate commission. So, yung entry natin, again, same lang dun sa general journal actually. So, magde-debit tayo ng accounts receivable. Ayan, and then magde-debit ulit tayo ng creditable withholding tax. Same amount lang, ipansin ninyo. Ayan, accounts receivable, 2,445.33. Ayan, and then creditable withholding tax, 271.70. And then, magkre-credit kayo ng commission revenue, yung gross na amount na 2,717.03. Diba? So, yung nabanggit natin kanina, actually, similar lang sila ng function is to record yung mga journal entries. So, yung ano lang, na cash receipt book is specialized journal entry to. So, lahat ng mga cash inflow ninyo, dito nyo i-record, mapa-salesman. It could be may nag-loan kayo, or additional capital. So, lahat ng cash inflow ng business nyo, dito nyo i-record sa cash receipts. So, yan yung ating example. So after nun, after na nag-issue kayo ng invoice, after a while, after how many days, yun, ipaprocess na ni Lazada, and then you will receive itong notification naman na pinaprocess na or for remittance na ng Citibank or depende ano yung gamit ni Lazada. So in our example lang, for example, nag-notify si Citibank sa inyo na for pinaprocess na nila doon papunta sa inyong bank yung inyong commission. So you will record it. So for example, January 30, doon na yung time, that's the actual date that you received your commission doon sa bank account niyo. So i-record natin siya on that day. So, January 30, ayan yung reference natin. Mag-i-email din naman yan si Citibank, for example, na on behalf sa Lazada, they are processing your commission. So, ito yung pag-record natin, Citibank, and then yung reference niya, transaction reference number, i-check nyo lang yung inyong email. So, next natin is the customer or description. Ano ba yung transaction na ito? This is your Lazada commission remittance na to your bank, papunta sa inyong bank. So, ang entry niyan is i-debit na ninyo yung cash, yung natanggap ninyo sa inyong bank, na 2,445.33. So, ano naman yung i-credit ninyo? So, again, yung i-credit ninyo is yung accounts receivable. Diba? Bawasan na yung accounts receivable, natanggap na ninyo yung amount na yon. So, i-credit naman ninyo ang accounts receivable for 2,445.33. Diba? So, equal lang, again, yung debit and the credit. So, naka-gain kayo ng cash and nabawasan yung inyong accounts receivable with the same amount of 2,445.33. So, if wala naman kayong cash receipt book, pwede nyong i-record yan sa inyong general journal. So, same lang. Ayan. Yung date, January 30, and then magde-debit kayo ng cash, 2,445.33, and then accounts receivable, 2,445.33, ka-credit ninyo. And then, maglalagay kayo dito ng brief explanation or description kung ano yung transaction na yan, like to record collection of the remittance from Lazada Commission, payment advice number 888888. So, ganon yung pag-record natin sa mga ating commission from Lazada affiliate. So, yan yon, cash receipts book or general journal, same lang yung entries na gagamitin natin or ilalagay natin. So next naman is yung cash disbursement naman is if yung may mga expenses kayo, in the case of Lazada affiliate, konti lang naman yung expense na related. Yung ilalagay niyo dito is yung related sa inyong affiliate business. So mostly it could be may internet kayo and the meta ads. So for example, ito January 30, ilagay niyo lang ano yung invoice from the internet. And for example, ito internet PLDT, and then yung amount niyan is yung binayad niyo is cash 2,000. So magke-credit kayo ng cash 2,000. Ibig sabihin nabawasan yung cash nyo ng 2,000, and then magkaka-additional ma-addan kayo ng expense. So hanapin niyo lang. So yung ginawa ko dito sa cash disbursement is naka-pattern na to according dun sa itemized deduction na items dun sa income tax return. So hindi niyo kailangan isulat to lahat. So kung ano lang yung applicable sa inyo. So actually yung mga internet na yan is internet yan, for example, power, mga water, that is part of the utilities and sa other expenses na yan na nire-record or applicable dun sa inyong income tax return. So ito, addition, magkaka-expense kayo 2,000, so ide-debit niyo yung utilities by 2,000. So next natin is meta ads. For example, nag-Facebook ads kayo and 2,000 again. So credit niyo yung cash, nagbayad kayo ng 2,000 kay Meta, and then advertising is expense niyo 2,000. So yan yung mga expenses niyo. So yung common na tanong is, actually madami nagtatanong is, kailangan ba nila na mag-record sa cash disbursement journal? Kailangan ba nila mag-record ng expense? If 8% sila or 40% optional standard deduction? So ang sagot dyan, depende sa inyo. But if yung purpose lang kasi ninyo is to compute your income tax and tax compliance lang with cash receipts book kasi yung basis nyo lang is the gross sales niyo 8% nun, or if optional standard deduction kayo, wala naman kayong itemized deduction na kiniklaim. So hindi nyo na kailangan yung detailed na pag-record or hindi nyo na kailangan humingi ng invoice dun sa inyong mga suppliers because 40% yun na yung inyong deductible. So, but if ever itemized deduction naman kayo, kailangan nyo talaga humingi, kailangan nyo talaga i-record yung inyong mga invoice, kailangan may proper invoicing yun so that makiklaim nyo as part of your itemized deduction. If walang proper invoice, magiging madidisallow yan if ever ma-audit kayo ng BIR. So, hindi nyo makiklaim yung expense na yan. So, yun, if ever nga 8% or optional standard deduction kayo, you have this option. But for me, if gusto nyo din malaman naman kung lugi ba yung business niyo, kumpletuhin nyo na yung books. Mag-record na kayo general journal, general ledger, cash receipts book, cash disbursements book, so that makakagawa kayo ng financial statements. Hindi lang for tax compliance, kundi yung sa business, talaga malalaman nyo kung ano ba yung mga expenses nyo, kung net loss ba kayo, net income ba kayo. If hindi complete yung recording nyo, hindi kayo makakagawa ng financial statements. So, yun lang yung video natin for today. Nag-discuss na tayo paano ba yung bookkeeping ng isang Lazada affiliate. So, very simple lang. Yun, yung cash receipts book, general journal, and then the invoicing, basically, and the expense. Basically, yun lang yung mga transactions ng isang Lazada affiliate. So, if may mga questions kayo, if may mga additional tanong kayo or clarifications, just comment down below and subukan kong masagot lahat ng mga tanong ninyo. And then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. And then, yung website natin, Pinoy Accountant, is up and running na. You can register for free and using your email lang. So, i-check nyo lang, pinoyaccountant.com. So again, yun lang yung video natin for today. Thank you for watching and I'll see you again next time.